welcome to Foodie Adventures with me, Nini, where I travel all around Japan to explore the magnificent cuisine available. Alright, please have fun and thanks for watching. Ta-ta! Hello foodies, welcome! Well, I'm here and it's summer and today I have on a Japanese yukata, as you can see. So I love this color, right? I'm in Japan, and so for people that don't know, this is a yukata. It is a thinner fabric than a kimono, but the same style. And I just had a nice evening out. I went out for a shisha or hookah, and then I'm here now. Hello foodies, welcome. Well, it's summer and I have on my yukata and I'm going for another foodie adventure, so please come along with me.
While we're working on this question, I think I'll have an answer for you next year. Yeah, seriously. I'm working on it. I'm trying to explore myself. It's gonna take a little bit of time, but definitely I'll just get to the bottom of that.
Nani? I think you look better with green hair.
I think Jokers do look better with green hair.
Green hair would look so nice on you.
I've seen a lot of Jokers with the green hair, the yellow hair, pink hair, blue hair.
Why are you talking to the camera?
I think Jokers are colorful, right? Exactly. Have some colors in my life, not on my hair.
Later on.
The rain.
Okay, so right, we have mango kitkat. Ooh, it has a different color. If I can open it. Ooh, look at this color. It's like a yellowish peachy color. It smells like mangoes. This tastes just like mangoes. A strong mango flavor. This is good. Some of the Kit Kats, they don't really have a strong flavor. It's really bland, just a little hint, but this is has a lot of mango flavor. So, ooh, and it's sweet. It's really sweet. So if you want a sweet mango flavored Kit Kat, I recommend this one. So for my story time today, I wanted to tell you how I got to Japan and me breaking the news to my family about moving far away from home. It was so heartbreaking. So where do I start? Once upon a time, a long time ago, in the land of America, the city of Sacramento, there was Joe Nini. And so for people, I would just tell a little bit about myself. It took me a while to get through college. When I went to college, I saw it as a place to just explore and meet people and have fun and find your way. So let's say I didn't rush through college. I would take an art class, and then I would take an engineering class, and then I would take a math class, then I would take a sewing class, then I would take a music class. And I did this for a rather long time, let's say a few years. I would take these classes, and so I did not have enough courses in one major, but this is beside the point. So as I was in college, and I come from a really traditional family, very supportive. I love my family and I talk to them every day. My father, my mother, they just celebrated their anniversary. So it was 37 years married this year. So I love my family. And so I would just tell you more. So when I was in college, I was like, oh, this is just a place for me to find my way and explore. And I really wanted to travel. I'll tell you that. I did not know what I wanted to do, but I wanted to travel. And how did I start wanting to travel? This is a funny story, I'll tell you. So when I was about 6 years old, my family took me to Disneyland. And I got on It's a Small World After All. It's a small world after all. And I loved that ride so much. I can remember it vividly now when I was about 6 or 7 years old. And that little seed was planted in my heart to travel the world. I mean, it was great. I remember seeing all these little dolls dancing, and they were having fun. And I love to dance now. I was a professional dancer for a few years. Anyways, so they're dancing and they're singing, and I saw different clothes on the dolls, and I was just like, oh, I want to see the world, because it looks so beautiful to see all these different people around the world. So that's how it started. At about 6 or 7, that little seed was planted in my heart to travel and meet people and learn cultures. So fast forward again to college. I'm working through college, trying to figure out what to do. And my family is traditional, and every day we have dinner together. And so at dinner, I would tell my family, we would talk, have casual conversation. And this is when I just started getting into the law of attraction. But every day at dinner, I would tell my family, oh, I'm moving to Spain. Remember, I'm in college, and I am like the little free spirit wildflower in the family. Most of my family is straightforward. They work, they went to college, right? Very straight. I'm the out of the box person in the family. So we would have dinner and I would say, oh, I'm going to Italy. I'm going to Italy really soon. Don't worry, maybe next month I might be in Italy. And my family would talk about it and then we would move on, right? So I think this was starting of the law of attraction, or my wishful thinking, let's say. And so maybe the next day at dinner we would have a family talk and I would go, well, you know what? I'm not going to Italy. I'm going to Spain. And the next day it would be Germany. The next day it would be China. The next day it would be Mexico. And yeah, so my family, they kind of got used to me saying I was going different places. And after a while, it was like a little family joke. They would say, oh, where are you going now, right? And I had a magazine. I had one of the travel magazines. And so I would read the travel magazines every day, and I would find all these luxurious places to visit and monuments. And so whatever I read that day was the place that I was moving to. So let's say I did this for a little over a year with my family at dinner. And every time I was going somewhere else, and they're like, well, are you going to finish college before you go? I'm like, oh yeah, I'm going to finish college. And then I'm going to Thailand, right? And so, like I said, it was the family joke. They didn't take me seriously. And so right as I got ready to graduate college, I applied every day to go to a different country to teach English. That was my way, right? I was studying hair and makeup and dance is my passion, but I needed something to get me abroad. And so I applied every day to a different country to teach English. For example, I applied to Colombia, I applied for Costa Rica, I applied for the Dominican Republic, I applied for China, I applied for Korea. Every day I applied to a different country. And I did not have any luck for a long time. And so I think my family just figured this was like a little dream, nothing serious, until one day I got 3 replies back. I got a job offer for Korea, I got a job offer for Colombia, and I got a job offer for Japan. And I'm asking around to people, I'm weighing my options, what are they offering me, what's the best deal? And eventually I settled on Japan. Which, oh my goodness, Japan is great. Like, I do have some horror stories from Japan, but that's another time, right? So I'm there and I do some interviews. It was 3 interviews that it took for me to get to Japan with the company. I submitted my application, then I did a video interview, then I did a second video interview, and then I did an in-person interview in San Francisco, if you're wondering about the process. And this process took, let's say, the total from the interview to me getting in Japan was about 4 months, 4 or 5 months. So it's pretty fast when you think about it. So anyways, I didn't tell my family because I just wanted to surprise them, and I wanted to keep good vibes because sometimes my family is apprehensive about me traveling. So I didn't tell them I got an interview. I didn't tell them about the second interview. I didn't tell them about the third interview. But I kept saying, oh, I'm getting ready to leave. I'm really getting ready to leave. But I don't think they took me seriously, because for a year, every time at dinner, I would say, I'm going to this place, I'm going to that place. And you know what? I want to tell you something else. So I started the law of attraction. And if you would have seen my bedroom, oh my goodness, you would have thought I was a crazy person. I mean, I started putting pictures of different places around the world on my wall. And then I would cut little pictures of me out and put me on top of the picture so I could remind myself that I'm going to travel and just see all these places and meet all these people. So now I get the interview and I get the job offer. Yay! And this is like right after I finished college. So I get the interview, I get the job offer, I accept the job offer. My family does not know this is official, but I'm ready to break the news to them, right? And so I was like, I don't know if I want to tell them all together because sometimes it's overwhelming. But my father, he's always supportive of me. And so I said, it was my father's birthday around the time. So I took my father out for dinner, just me and him. And we're eating, and I took him out for a nice dinner. And as we're eating, I said, Dad, guess what? I have really good news. I am so excited. I want to show you. I'm going to Japan. And he looked at me, right, like the same thing that I always say. And he's like, well, what are you going to Japan now? When are you leaving? And I'm like, well, I'm going to leave in 4 months. And it just broke my heart, if I could tell you. I looked at my father, and the worry was on his face, and he was so surprised that I was going to leave. It was like, he was like this, and then it went like, you're serious? I'm like, yeah, I'm serious. And he's like, but I'm worried about your safety. None of us have went abroad. We don't know anyone out there. Are you serious? I'm like, yeah, it's gonna be all right. It's gonna be great. But it just broke my father's heart to know that I was going to leave. And I assured him that I was gonna be okay. So first I told my father. The next day, as I sat down to dinner with my family, I told the news to everyone else in my family, my mother and my brother. And guess what? They had the same concerns. And it was like, oh my goodness, don't be so sad that I'm leaving. And that was how it started for me to come to Japan. And it just broke my family's heart, because we're a really close family and we go out together all the time. And, you know, it was just great. But for me to say I'm leaving and I'm going across the world and you guys can't visit me, it was such a heartbreaking moment. So since then, my family has came to visit me, and I have went home a lot for the holidays. But that is the story of how I initially got started to come to Japan. Yeah, that I will end there. And the next time I do a story time, I will continue from this interview and to getting on the airplane. Because that was I had a traumatic experience on my first big international flight, because I flew to Canada before, but I don't consider that like a big international flight. But coming to Japan, that was big, right? First time. So I had a little bit of a traumatic experience, but I will share that with you next time. So that's me just sharing like how I got here. And I hope you enjoyed my quick story time. It was my dream to travel. So far I have been to 10 Asian countries. I have to tell all my foodies about it and the food. So thank you everyone for watching. If you enjoy my videos, please push the thumbs up and show me some love. Like and subscribe. All right. Ta-ta.